Now, the precise origins of swatting are unclear, but the prank is popular among the online gaming community. In some instances, gamers make fake calls to police and watch on screen as SWAT teams burst into their friends' homes with guns drawn. Here's how one raid unfolded in Colorado.
I think you're getting swatted. What in the world?
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
That is the gamer in the lower left. The game he was playing takes up the rest of the screen. An anonymous caller to 911 said the man shot 2 people and was holding hostages. Nobody was hurt in this incident, but the potential is certainly there. To tell us more about this new trend, technology analyst Carmi Levy joins us now from London, Ontario. Carmi, why is it so hard for law enforcement officials to catch these so-called swatters?
The reason, Michael, is it all comes down to time. You know, we heard that call before in the Richmond Hill incident. As soon as that call comes in, you don't have time to second guess, and you can't sort of hold back and go, I need to take the time to validate whether this call is in fact legitimate or not before you send emergency services to the source of the call. And so police are essentially working against time. You would never want to hear of a case where police don't send services and it actually turns out to be a real call. So they send first, validate later, and in cases like this, obviously, it's a waste of resources.
And I think what shocks a lot of people is this idea that it was the gaming community that started this all over winning a video match.
That's right. I mean, this seems to happen below the radar. There's a service called Twitch that last year Amazon paid $1 billion for, and it's an online gaming service. Tens of millions of people subscribe to this and use it every month. And apparently watching top gamers play video games in real time, you watch the game itself, you also see them on webcam, is a new online thing, a sport. And of course, those who want to disrupt the lives of the top gamers find it's real easy. They swat them, and then they sit back and they wait and watch online, waiting for the SWAT team to break in. It's a perverse form of entertainment. It really is the basest form of human behavior. But unfortunately, the technology is making it all too easy for this to happen on a relatively large and unfortunately growing scale.
Well, you say perverse, but we seem to be hearing more of these cases. Are there usual targets? Is there a profile of a target?
Yeah, there are sort of 2 main categories. One is individuals of relatively high profile. So we've seen in the gaming community those who are known, those whose home addresses might be easy to find by going online, digging them up in social media. And so someone who, sort of essentially makes an easy target because they want to bring them down a notch. And then the other sort of general trend is those who feel that they have been wronged and they go after the source of who they believe has wronged them. So think, a jilted boyfriend, an ended relationship, someone who has an axe to grind with a teacher or an educator, which is what we saw today in the Toronto area. So, obviously anyone who has profile or anyone who has reason to be victimized, unfortunately, you become a target. Next thing you know, you too could be a victim of swatting.
And quickly, Carmi, because we're losing time here, what can be done to fight this?
You can minimize your exposure online if you've shared details about yourself that make you easy to find online, your address, your phone number, your email address, things like that. Go online, pull them out of your social media profile, essentially get as far down below the radar as possible so that instead of targeting you, they'll target someone else.
Carmi, thank you for this. Technology analyst Carmi Levy speaking to us from London, Ontario.